Welcome to Exit Like a Boss. I'm going to show you, having helped nearly 800 business owners work through a 21-step process to exit like a boss, how you can do it, what you need to know, the steps you need to take, and what's actually involved in you and your business being able to maximize value and successfully exit like a boss. Hope you enjoy it. In this episode of Exit Like a Boss, we're going to talk about probably a topic that not many business owners get excited about, and that is systems, policies and procedures. And the reason we're going to talk about it is it makes a big difference from a buyer's point of view, a lender's point of view, or an investor's point of view. And that's ultimately what we're trying to deliver here. So let's have a look at what it actually is and why it's important. Firstly, most businesses grow over time. They start with one or two owners or the founders, maybe a family member. And over time, we add more staff. We add another office. We add a warehouse. We add another shop. We open a store in another state or an office in another location. And now we've gone from 2 family members to 5 people to 10 to 20 to 50 to 200. The problem with all of that is that a lot of the information that the owner knew or the founder knew or the guy that first was employed in the warehouse set up as a mechanism to run the business no longer works. We've way outgrown that. And so now we're starting to see people making decisions about doing things. We might see one office following a particular process and the other office does something completely different or uses a different tool or a different piece of software or a different mechanism to deliver product to clients, etc. And that's sort of okay as we're growing, not really, but what's not okay is as the business gets larger and larger, we've now got inefficiencies creeping in. We've got people doing things differently. We've got systems that are not robust enough for a larger business. And so actually stopping, taking the time, dedicating effort and resources and costs to actually building policies and procedures, systemizing our business, training our people, making sure that everybody that works for us knows exactly what we do and how we do it is really important. From a buyer's point of view, this is all about risk. Yet again, we're talking about risk. Yet again, we're finding an area where if things aren't done according to the book, according to the process that we've designed, according to the manual or the procedure that we've implemented, then something could go wrong. We're introducing more risk into the business. We've now introduced something where, because the employee in that office does it slightly differently, they're not following the procedure or they haven't ticked off on one of the compliance requirements, or we're not covering something quite as adequately as we possibly could. Therefore, we're introducing risk. So how do you do this? If you look at the really good businesses, and probably the best known systemized business is McDonald's. Think about McDonald's. Anyone seen that Founder movie? You would have seen the exercise where they literally drew the kitchen out in chalk on a car park. And then they timed people walking around the kitchen. How long did it take to go from the oven to the counter, to the sink to wash something up, to the cupboard to get something out that you need for the next burger or job? How long did that take? And can we make it quicker? Can we do it more effectively? Can we make it more efficient? Can we reduce the time that it takes overall? Now, this is only, we're talking here seconds, maybe minutes, but certainly seconds. It's not a big change, but it's incremental. And if we looked at our business, think about your business, whatever business you're in, if you thought about every single thing that happens in your business, where is it inefficient? Where is it being done slowly? Where is it not systemized and structured and disciplined in terms of what your staff do? And then, of course, we get to the point where something a little bit unusual occurs. So somebody walks into McDonald's and orders a burger without cheese. Whoa, stop, hang on a minute. We haven't got a process for that. We don't know how to do that. That's where businesses get really inefficient. That's where it costs a lot of time, effort and money. To make that burger will take you twice as long as it would to make 10 burgers that have all got cheese and all got exactly the same thing on them. Now, that's an extreme example, but in every business, we're going to come up with situations, customer requests, product variations, whatever it might be, that means we have to change the way we normally do things. And the way to handle that is to have a process for that, to have a policy and procedure and a system that allows you to do that. Now, the good news is we've currently got the opportunity to use so many different pieces of technology. There's actually technology out there that'll allow you to systemize your business, that'll allow you to document processes. I worked with an air conditioning firm where every single member of their staff walked around with a little iPad mini. And in that iPad mini was every single policy and procedure for that business. So I could literally, having never worked in air conditioning in my entire life, pick up the iPod mini, jump in a van and follow the process. What do I need to do before I drive out of the car park? What things do I need to check are in the vehicle? What safety checks do I need to make? How do I find where the job is? When I get to the job, what do I need to do on the site? Do I need to get an induction process? Have I got the right licenses? Have I got the safety equipment we need? When I start working on the air conditioner, what tools do I need? What process do I go through? Now that is to the extreme, but that's what I'm talking about here. Because when you think about it from a buyer's point of view, or a lender's point of view, or an investor's point of view, or if you're just assessing the business as to how well run is this business, and you've got 20, 30, 100 staff, and they've all got an iPad, and they all follow it every day. And not only do they follow it, they're required to actually tick off in the iPad that they've done particular things on a particular job. Before the job gets invoiced, we have to have X, Y, and Z done. We have to do a safety check. We have to do a field test. We have to do a client handover meeting, or whatever it might be, according to your various products and procedures. But something that we know the procedures being followed, because I have seen businesses where they've got a fantastic procedures manual. No one follows it. People don't even know where it is. It's probably an old lever arch folder sitting on someone's shelf in an office somewhere. No one reads it, no one follows it, and certainly it's not being used day to day in running the business. So that's not what this is about. This is about making sure everybody in your business knows what to do in what situation. There's a process to follow. There's a system that they use to do that, and we can see and record that whole process. Now, that's even more value if ever there's an incident, or if there's a safety incident, or if there's a product quality query, or something's gone wrong with the order. Then we can go back to the system and see what went wrong and why, and hopefully also fix that problem so it doesn't happen again. So we know the system's been fixed. Now, what does this look like when it's done properly? It looks like a really efficient business. It looks like employees know what to do, how to do it, when, where, why, etc., without having to check with their supervisor or their manager. So they're not stopping. They're not thinking about what needs to be done next. They're following a process, and therefore they can move fairly efficiently. It also starts to make the business far less dependent on you. We're going to talk about that a little bit down the track when we get to management succession. But certainly the first part of that is making sure employees have a system and a process they can follow so that you know, they know, and everybody else knows, including your customers, that it's being done a certain way. And not only that, the productivity improvements, the efficiency. I heard a speaker once talk about systems as save yourself time, effort, and money. And in a business context, that's exactly what it's about. It's about the structure and discipline. It's about reducing risk, and it's about making sure your business runs consistently. All clients getting the same product, the same delivery, the same outcome. Now, it doesn't matter what business you're in, this should be part of your process. Systemize everything, document everything, policies and procedures, manuals, use the technology, make sure you've got what you need so that you can prove your business is systemized, therefore more valuable, therefore less risk, and therefore far more attractive to a buyer or lender or an investor, helping you move down the path towards exiting like a boss.